Good whatever time it might be to all you wonderful people out there. I'm Eggnog, your everyday LEGO Star Wars enthusiast. And in light of some recent LEGO set announcements, it's kind of occurred to me that LEGO really doesn't understand, what a good remake should be, you know? They're out here remaking Luke's landspeeders and Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. So today I wanted to take some time to talk about 10 LEGO sets that should be remade. I hope LEGO pays attention. First thing on our list was last seen in 2002. We've only seen one iteration of this, and it is Django Fett's Slave 1. We've had plenty of great Slave 1s throughout the years. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very big fan of the ship, as you can see here, but I do think it's a shame that we haven't seen Django Fett's version in such a long time. And don't get me wrong, I like that 2002 set, but it's definitely shown its age. And in recent years, LEGO's shown us that they can definitely make a small, affordable version of this set, you know, and it doesn't need to be such a big set. So why hasn't it happened yet? I mean, I'd be fine if LEGO just gave us a recolor of this, especially with the recent release of Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. I think a Django Fett Slave 1 remake would go over very well. Staying with the Fett themes, we recently got Boba Fett's palace, also Jabba's palace, and it kind of reminded me, and I think a lot of people wanted to see this, especially after Book of Boba Fett. We haven't gotten a Rancor pit since 2013. It would be so cool to see this again. It could be compatible with this, it could not. It would definitely be a Book of Boba Fett set, as we saw the Rancor in Book of Boba Fett. It was probably the best part of that whole series, you know. So I think a remake of a Rancor pit, or even just any set that has a Rancor in it, would definitely go over very well. Now, lately a lot of Star Wars fans have been kind of upset with LEGO on the distinct lack of prequel sets, and I think this certain remake here could definitely help kind of smooth that side of the fan base over, and that is remaking the 2007 Republic Cruiser. We got a Clone Wars version, but here I'm kind of talking specifically about the Episode 1, that nice red version. If I'm not mistaken, if my useless knowledge of Star Wars lore can come in handy, I believe the ship was called the Radiant 7. Very iconic ship. It's kind of the first thing we see canonically, or not canonically, but timeline-wise, in those original movies. I've always kind of seen it as the cooler Tantive 4, and I love that red color scheme. I think it's such a great design. Obviously, the 2007 one's still a great set, very expensive nowadays, but I think a remake could do some serious justice and give this set the quality it deserves. With Clone Wars Season 7 and Bad Batch, I think a lot of fans would like to see a Republic attack shuttle again. I believe the last one we got was in 2009, also the only version we've got. And it's been very prominent in the Bad Batch, although that version has been a gray version. I really love the design of this ship. I think it's a great predecessor to the Lambda class shuttle here, and I think getting a remake of that set would be great. I don't care if it's the gray Bad Batch version, or if it's a Clone Wars 7 version that maybe comes with Darth Maul or something, but definitely something I'd be happy to see. I think the fans would be very happy to see. Alright, the next set on this list is an undeniable classic from the golden age of Star Wars, 2009, and that is of course, the Venator Star Destroyer. Hey, and before you all comment it, I know we're getting the UCS Venator at the end of the year. It's gonna have Rex and Yularen. Super excited for that. I probably won't have the funds to purchase it, but it's going to be a great set to see. But I'm talking strictly here about a play scale Venator. The first one is such a cool set, just classic. Everybody I know wanted a Venator back when they were a kid in 2009. You know, that was the set to have. And having a remake of it, it would be incredible. It would be awesome. Now, I realize this list so far has been very prequel heavy, you know, but this one comes from Episode 6, and it's a remake I really thought we were going to see for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, but we didn't, and that is a Bwing. The last one came out in 2014. Definitely a unique design. Out of all the alphabet ships, it's definitely the least popular. Maybe tied with Bwing for that. But certainly iconic, you know. And I would really like to see a Bwing again. I think the best thing they could do is an Episode 6 Bwing. Just the classic, you know. But also, if LEGO wanted to take a big leap, they could do the orange version from Star Wars Rebels. With the Ahsoka show coming out, maybe that orange Bwing will make an appearance. I doubt it, but it would be cool to get. Either way, a new Bwing, and I'm happy. You watched my Separatist video, which I'm sure you did. That video got so many views, holy moly. I think it's plain to see I want to see better Separatist representation in LEGO Star Wars, and I think a great way to start that off would be to make a Vulture droid set. The last one we saw was in 2014, and I definitely think it's high time for a new one. I think this is a great opportunity to include some unique battle droids, maybe throw in Admiral Trench into that set. I definitely think this could have a lot of potential. Have it a cheaper set, you know, make it very good for army building. I definitely think it would be something that a lot of people would be picking up. This next item on the list is kind of my obligatory, less popular idea that I think is something just I want in particular. And that is a remake of the Wookie Catamaran that came out in 2005. It's not a super iconic ship, but it's definitely unique. I think that old build still holds up pretty good, but I think a remake would be great. Just a weird ship. You don't see it. It's very unique for Star Wars. It's very different from everything else. I think it would look great on a set. And again, people want more prequel sets. This is a pretty good prequel set to remake. Definitely better than Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. I think it's outrageous that in all the years of LEGO Star Wars? I think it's outrageous that in all the years of LEGO Star Wars, we have only gotten 2 Count Dooku figures. And I think a great way to fix this problem is to remake Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. I believe the last one came out in 2014, and it was a cool set. I definitely think it deserves a remake. Not in the Clone Wars style, but in an Episode 2 style. Give us a brand new Count Dooku minifigure, and maybe some Geonosians. Definitely think this is something that a lot of fans would like to see again. And if anything, we need a new Count Dooku. He's like a big villain in the prequels, and it is crazy that we've only gotten 2 sets with him in it. My number 1 pick for this list, something that I think just should be remade, everyone would be happy if it were remade, and it would sell like hotcakes, and that is, without a doubt, Luke's landspeeder. Just kidding. Obviously, it's the Republic Dropship with AT-OT. This is a legendary set from 2009. This might be one of the most sought-out sets there is. Definitely the most expensive if you want it still sealed in box. I mean, it's no Cloud City, but this is still a sought-after set. And a remake of it, you know, remake the set, but have Phase 2 Clone Troopers. Just have it come with like 9, 10 blank Phase 2 Clone Troopers, and have the build, just have an excellent build. We could be talking like top 5 LEGO sets of all time, you know? That could be awesome. Or do an Episode 3 version, and that's where the vehicle makes its first appearance, and have Commander Bly and a bunch of the yellow Clone Troopers. I forget what Legion that was at the time, but that could also be a way to do that set. Either way, this is definitely just something that it would be awesome. It would be the best, in my opinion, the best remake LEGO could do. Anyway, there's the list. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your ideas for remakes in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I'm sure I forgot a ton of great sets, you know, and I'm sure your ideas are just as good as mine. I'm sorry for not uploading in like 5 weeks, it feels like. I was super busy. I had a ton of stuff going on, but I'm through it all now. You know, I'm caught on, and I'm ready to try to get a more consistent upload going, even though I've said that like 7 billion times, and every time I've lied. But I think this is it, you know. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching so much. It means a whole lot to me, and I really hope to see you in the next review or video, or whatever I decide to do next. But until then, stay safe.